Alright, good day. This is 1stusFx, and this is an analysis on gold for the new week. Alright, so I want to make this video as short as possible. So first of all, we want to go down to the weekly time frame. So from the weekly time frame, we can see that the market is currently still bearish. Market is still very bearish. Alright, now I expect the market to fill up at least 50% of this week. I will see here 50%. So if you take your Fibonacci, let's do that now. If you take your Fibonacci and measure this current week from last week, the week of the candle, okay, so that's what I'm talking about. You notice we have our 50%, which is our equilibrium, just around here. Let me mark that here. So you can clearly see that that aligns with our previous week's low. Right here, you can see that the 50% of last week aligns with this low of the previous week. So this is where I expect price to fill up to before going bullish. All right, so Monday, Tuesday we expect the market to sell, then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday we expect the market to buy. So now let's go down to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, you can see that we had this whole market push up, and if you take your trend line and take note of these highs here, these equal highs, you'll notice that price already swept those highs out, as you can see. So now that we have a sweep out, so price is supposed to keep dumping. And then something else you can also do, if you take your Fibonacci to measure this current swing from this low to this high, you'll notice that, remember, if we want to buy when it's below equilibrium. So our area where we want to buy, it's just sitting below equilibrium. So this is our area of where we want to buy, so these areas. All right, now let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. All right, the 4-hour time frame. So the 4-hour time frame is very interesting. All right, so on the 4-hour time frame, you can see we have this unmitigated order block here. Okay, so this is an unmitigated order block, which aligns with where we want to buy. So you can decide to use this, or you can try to use this little bearish candle we have here. So this is where buys are going to happen. Now, personally, I don't expect it to go below this purple line you're seeing on the screen. All right, so but clearly we can see that we are going to be looking for buys overall, but we want the market to sell to these areas before we start looking forward for buys. So on Monday, what approach should you look at for? Okay, so on Monday, this is what I personally will look at for. So currently you can see that price is currently retracing, and price is currently at this order block, this 1-hour order block. So there should be some sort of rejection to the upside. So when you go down to the 15 minutes time frame, on the 15 minutes time frame, you'll notice we had this liquidity sweep here. All right, you have to pay attention to this. So we had this short-term liquidity sweep here before the market began to dump. Can you see that? So we had that liquidity sweep there. So let me just expand this, and then we have this order block. So remember, we said we're expecting Monday to what? Monday to sell. So this is an order block. So I'm going to use just the bodies of that candle. So that is where we want to sell. We have this inducement that was created here by this short-term high. So above this level, this is where we want to sell. So we're going to sell here and hold our sales till we get down to this purple line, and then we'll wait for your confirmation to buy. So if you have any questions, just kindly ask, and then we'll help you out on the comment section. All right, tell me what you think about this analysis. Once again, if you want to learn about the forex market and you need a mentor, you can always sign up for our class at 1stusFx Academy. Join our WhatsApp, Telegram groups, and follow our social media channels. Make sure you like, subscribe to this channel, and you drop a comment. Till next time, I'll see you again.